ILH for Heroclix, a podcast about Heroclix and other related content. My name is Kris Britton. This is episode 174, and let's go. ILH for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all your latest Heroclix singles, sealed products. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I'm Kris Britton. Joining me in the studio today, we have my sexy ranch hand, Kalder Ness. What's going on, Kalder?
Not much, Kris.
We also have another special guest that I should have actually probably put out on Twitter that we were going to have this guy. But I forgot. I dropped the ball. That's my fault. Joining us also in the studio, thank you, big round of applause to Professor Erks from the Alpha Strike Heroclix YouTube channel. So, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing really well. Calder?
Fantastic.
Cool.
Well, we're going to start off with an interview tonight, get some Bad Samaritan, a little bit of casual comparisons going. Got some news. Some figures came out. Don't know if everybody knew about those, but let's get into it, okay? So, Erks, how did you get into Heroclix? When did you start playing?
So, I started playing around the set on the shelves at the time were easily Batman and Chaos War. That's what my store had. And it's like, oh, what the heck are these? And the associate said, well, it's a game, you know, superheroes, kind of like chess. You play them on a big old grid system and you fight. Like, sounds awesome. I was playing Magic pretty heavily at the time, so I wasn't, like, too interested. But I just had a bad falling out from Magic, and so, you know what? I gave it a shot. And my first brick ever was probably the Amazing Spider-Man set. And I have been hooked since.
That was a good set. That was a dang good set.
Nice.
Yeah. Every prime was basically decent.
You know, I'm getting this general consensus that a lot of people got into this game with that set specifically.
Yeah, I heard it was like a big turning point in the game. It was around that time because Batman was kind of, Batman.
Right. So, you obviously are a content generator on your YouTube channel. You've been making videos for how long now?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? God, beating me. Beating me. I think we have like four episodes up on YouTube. What were you going to say, Calder?
Hell yeah. No. Hey, it's something, right? So, no. What are some of your favorite pieces?
My favorite pieces? Well, I'm a huge, Spider-Man, Batman fan, so my favorite piece as far as, to play right now, I do love Handstand Spider-Man, one of my favorite guys. Batman, the Stitch Focus Batman, I've been trying to play them a lot more. They're really fun, and the new one from Elseworlds makes them stupid. So, those guys. And then I've had a real big, what's the term I want to use? Just so much fun to play with Al Jordan from Elseworlds and Beta Ray Bill. Those are probably my favorite pieces right now.
Nice.
So, did you like the Elseworlds set then?
I actually did. I don't think we've seen enough DC sets throughout the time. Like Marvel seems to eat up all the time. So when I do get a DC set, I'm like, yes, this is awesome. It's a little bit different.
Right on.
So.
Okay, so those are your favorite pieces. What pieces do you, when you sit down at the table, you hate playing against?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Jakeem Thunder isn't my number one, favorite. I don't like
always Jakeem Thunder.
I don't like Phantom X from Wolverine and the X-Men because that piece is just dumb. Not a big fan of what's another one I didn't like. Words, guys. I think that's it. Those two are my least favorite, probably. Oh, any character with mystics on old rules.
On old rules.
That's about it.
Well,
yeah.
At least you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Correct.
Okay, do you have any combo pieces that you hate playing against?
Combos of pieces?
Yeah.
I don't like Hypersonic TK. I don't like the fact that they can come up, shoot me, and run backwards and hide forever. That's just not my favorite to fight against because I feel like I have to come way into their kill box to even attempt to win the game. It's just not fun.
Right on.
So you more of a metal? Wow. DC
Rock
metal.
on.
Brought to
Rock
you in
on.
part by metal.
He's so metal.
Wow. More of a meta or a casual player? And then what's your opinion on the state of the game?
So, for the longest time, I was a casual player. I wasn't big in the meta because there wasn't a scene in Utah, like, at all. If there was, I wasn't aware of it because it was so small. But then, recently, I started up the YouTube channel and thought, I should try to get into more competitive stuff and interview people and try playing more. So I talked to Patrick Capocco, and he's like, so you want to start up a rock in Utah? I'm like, if I could. Is it hard? It's like, no, not at all. Gave me all the stuff to do it and got a store. My store I work at is basically my, sponsor, I guess you could say. And they host all the events for me because it's awesome. And I've become more of a meta casual. Like, I play meta teams, but I don't play the ones that everyone's playing. I try and build something else because I want to try and be that guy who creates a new team that's capable to win in the meta. But
I wish we had more of you. Like that's honestly that's one of the reasons that I'm not big into the meta scene. Is because I don't like sitting down and playing against the same team game after game.
Right.
So which venue did you say that you played at?
Oh, Game Haven. It's a little tri-store in Utah. There's 5 of them, but 2 of them are chain stores. But the 3 main ones are I work at one in Bountiful, Utah, just 10 minutes north of Salt Lake.
Okay. That's the last question that I have. Calder, do you have anything else?
Yeah, just really quick, I'm going to rattle off. What is your favorite, just overall, power in the game? Like, what power do you like to try to put on any team you got?
Nowadays, Outwit.
All right.
With that buff.
Smart.
Dude, it's such a good power now. It's ridiculous. I just can't believe the buff it got in the new rules. Before that, it was Prob because my dice rolls suck. So
I'm feeling that.
I am known on YouTube as the person who misses on a 4 every time I need one. So it's ridiculous.
All right, let's keep this truck rolling. We're going on to some news. They did actually spoil 3 new characters from the Thor Ragnarok movie set. They spoiled Loki, Heimdall, and Valkyrie. Erks, would you like to pick one of these and see if we can get through these?
Yes. I need to look them up real fast. Are they on the Realms?
They are on the Realms, yeah.
Yeah.
They've been doing really well about getting stuff. As soon as it drops somewhere else, like figures.com or whatever, it's generally on Realms within just a few days.
They are getting a lot faster with it. It's insane.
All right. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do Loki real quick, guys. I gotta deck out for just a second. I got something in the oven. So
Yeah,
one
sure.
sec, okay? All right. So we're gonna go over Loki first because I think he's probably the most interesting of the 3, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So Loki, 70 points, Mystics TA. I'm already overjoyed.
Yeah.
6 range, 1 bolt. He's got really cool attack power on the entire dial called Sowing Distrust. Free. Choose 2 opposing characters that are adjacent to each other and are both within 6 squares in line of fire to Loki. Place one of them into a square adjacent to its current square. So basically, he's picking 2 guys that are by each other and splits them up by a square. Kind of cool. It takes your mastermind huggers and your defender people away. It says no. Or, Bizarro Green Arrow, no. Just get away from that person.
That'd
That's
be a
pretty
good
powerful.
way to get a supporting character. So enhancement or empower away from them, or also if they actually have support. So you get that support character away from the enemy.
Correct. And then he has this really cool damage power on the first 2 and last 2 looks of his dial called God of Lies. Exploit weakness, which is penetrating damage up close, which is kind of what he likes to do. Shape change, which is, of course, Loki again. And then when he uses shape change and succeeds, after resolutions, you may place him to adjacent square. So he kind of hops around the board, kind of auto-positioning himself to be out of the way of other dangers on the board, which is kind of neat.
Cool.
So he's only built to be a close combat PC sidestep with range, but you kind of want to put him up in the fight if you're going to do damage with him. Otherwise, you're paying 70 points with an 18 flat defense to basically manipulate your board to not have people bite each other like we were talking about. So I'll go ahead and leave that to you guys to finish up, and I'll be right back.
Cool. One thing I do
Alright,
want to say
awesome.
about Loki is that they don't have the picture of Loki up on here, and I haven't seen it, so I'm wondering if.
Okay, it's hilarious. If you want to know, think of just like him just like shrugging, like with his arms totally out, like
Uh,
a sort of a come at me bro like shrug.
does he
That's
have
basically
daggers?
what this
That's what I
Loki
want
is.
to know.
No, he does not have daggers in his hand.
Okay, because in the trailers you see Loki walking towards the camera
Yeah, and
with
he's
two daggers. He's like
flipping the
twirling them
daggers.
in his hands, and I was
Yeah,
wondering if this was going to be one of those characters that they don't give them blades, claws and fangs, but they had a sword in their sculpt
a sword
or
or
something
something.
like that.
Yeah,
I was just
no,
wondering
it's
if it
just
was
sort of
going to
like
be one of those.
standing there like, what hell do you want me to do about it, man? Just shrug like,
Got it. Got it.
I like it, and I like the just he walks up, sidesteps, moves that guy, then shape change, moves that guy. There's all these little micro movements he's doing. It's pretty great. I mean, with Indomitable and everything.
I will say this
He's
though, for 70 points, that's a price that you would at least expect to have a tertiary attacker, and he only does 2 damage, so he can't even bust past any reducer.
true, unless he's up close, of course. But yeah, and invincible, it's nothing.
Okay, do you want to start with Heimdall?
Yeah, sure. I'll talk about Heimdall. Main man here. Let's see, 100.0 range, no special combat symbols, as Guardian and Warrior for keywords. One trait, sounding the call of, wow, Galarhorn, sure.
That's why I
Power.
chose not to choose this one. So I
Yeah.
didn't have to deal with it.
You're just trying to mess me up, man. Power, once per game, remove an action token from all friendly characters within 6 squares with the Asgardian keyword. Holy smokes, that is awesome! It's trait anytime during the game. You're like, I'm all tokened up. Just boom, power action. Everybody remove a token. That is pretty wicked awesome. And if you weren't even digging that, he has 8 movement, charge, 10 attack blades, 18 defense and vulnerability, 2 damage, special damage power. He can use probability control. Opposing characters within 4 squares of line of fire can't use prob. Charge blades, and he cancels people only within 4 squares, but he's going to be up close anyways. Cancels out their prob, which is pretty darn amazing. He has identical first and second clicks, so he's very pushable. And then he's got 6 clicks of light, and they're basically just like 2 and 2 and 2. So after he loses charge blades invul, he gets sidestep, toughness, close combat expert. Same stats, except his defense goes down by 1 and his movement goes up by 1. And then on his end dial, he's got 10 sidestep, 11 quake, 17 toughness, and then special damage power again. So I really like this Heimdall. It doesn't play super like a Heimdall, except for like the traits and stuff, since, I don't know, maybe he's going to be really in the thick of it in this movie, because that sounds pretty awesome.
I'm just happy to see a Heimdall.
Yeah, I like Heimdall. I like Heimdall as a character a lot. And what's the actor's name? Eldris?
Idris Elba?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I really like that guy as an actor.
He was really awesome.
So we'll
He's
see.
really good. Even when he was like in Ghost Rider, he was actually pretty good. And just the Dark Tower, I think, is what he was just in. He was awesome in that.
Wasn't he in The Wire?
I have
Remember
no
that
idea.
TV show? The Wire?
No.
That was such a good TV show. Anyway, let's move on to Valkyrie. Unless you have anything, Erks, to say about Heimdall.
No, just like I said, happy to see one. I was a little bummed we didn't get one in the Mighty Thor set itself, but now that we have one here, he's pretty decent. And once again, that 2 damage is like weird, but the blades make sense on the top dial.
Yeah.
And then the late end quake makes sense as well. So.
All right, so Valkyrie is by far the most boring of the spoiled characters so far. Coming in at 50 points with the Asgardian keyword and the Warrior keyword, no range. You have no special powers and just one trait that says Inspiration in the Heat of Battle. Friendly characters within 4 squares modify attack and damage by +1 if they were damaged during the previous turn. So that's eh. As far as stats-wise goes, it's weird because she starts off with sidestep, but then gets charge on her second and third click. She's 5 clicks long, so 10 points per click, basically. 10 attack with blades, 18 defense with toughness. Toughness for 2 clicks, 3 clicks of combat reflexes. The last 2 clicks, she has sidestep and close combat expert. First 3 clicks are blades, and it goes 10, 10, 11. So it's okay. Although I figured if they were going to introduce... Are there 2 Valkyries? There were in this set?
There are. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so I hope that the other Valkyrie is a lot more interesting. Because this is a
Hopefully,
brand new character to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this would have been their opportunity to do something really cool with like a strong female role, because there aren't a ton of them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But like this Heroclix is not inspiring me at all.
And that's the thing too. It's weird to me. Like I guess since she was going to be in Thor, they've made 4 of her in modern now, because we had the one in AEW, the double base one, the horse. Yeah. There was the uncommon one, the chase one, and now this one. There also is the common generic, but that's just an overall Valkyrie warrior.
Right.
So.
Calder, what do you think about this? Boring?
Yeah, I'm not loving her. I mean, why this whole inspiration of the heat of battle? When I think about that probably means she should have charge top dial, in my opinion. But okay, sidestep it is.
Plus, they only get +1 damage if they got damaged during the previous turn.
Attack and damage, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's
then
not cool.
Most of these guys have invulnerability except for her and Loki. She just has toughness and he has nothing.
He's got that shape change though.
That's true, but he's not going to get damaged.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is it damaged by an attack or is it just damaged? Okay, it's just damage. So if they attack somebody with mystics, they could at least get +1 to attacking damage.
Or be poisoned.
Or if they're poisoned.
Why doesn't Loki have a reducer? He's an Asgardian. Or he's technically like a
he's half.
Yeah, he's like...
Or whatever.
He should have some kind of reducers. He got annihilated by the Hulk in the Avengers movie. He picked him up by the leg and beat him into the ground.
Yeah, I think
you do you ever actually see him wear armor, though? Like, ever?
No. I guess not really. It was this really weird, silky green, like...
His skin is the armor.
Whatever those are. His skin...
He's that durable. I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on. In the media side of news, the Punisher TV show has actually been pushed back. The Netflix original series has been pushed back. It is not yet determined when its release date is going to be. I do not have a solid answer as to why it is. I heard some rumors online as to why it was, but they're not worth going through. They're just rumors. So I'm pretty sad about that. I was really looking for an early November Netflix Punisher.
I'm still going to say November 10th. I don't care what anybody says online. I'm going for that.
What do you think it's going to be?
I'll be stubborn about it.
You think they're saying that they're going to push it back to throw people off?
I personally think they're screwing with us. If you ask me, yes.
They're screwing with us? Netflix, surprise! We dropped it when we said we wouldn't.
Well, I also heard the rumor that they're just going to up their prices again. So they're probably waiting until they do the price hike. And see who stays on to watch it.
That's true, but I think the price hike is only like a $1 or $2 or something.
Still.
That's still another $1.
Some people might get stingy about it and not stay on.
They just took Braveheart off Netflix. I'm already regretting paying for the service.
Dude, Netflix still has Breaking Bad on it, though, so you should definitely watch that if you haven't.
Oh, sure. I've seen all of it. It's great.
It's so good. Okay, so the Inhumans is out. It's in full swing. The first episode that was aired is actually episode 1 and 2, back to back. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. And then the third episode came out. It's about 40 minutes. I know Kalder and I have seen it. I don't think Erks has. So what did you think about it, Kalder?
I thought it was really good. I was surprised because I had no standards. And I was like, I'm just going to be disappointed. But like, no, it was actually pretty good. And I'm not even an Inhuman fan by any means, but the guy playing Black Bolts, he killed it. Chick playing Crystal, I wouldn't call her an actress, but she is there. And then Karnak and Gorgon were really good. Like, I really enjoyed Karnak, Gorgon. Medusa was also really good. Maximus, he could use some work, but everybody else, I'm actually really loving this show so far.
So online, I basically saw nothing but people crapping on this TV show. And I'm the exact same way. I went into this thinking, man, this is going to be so bad, but I'm such a big Marvel fan, I'll give it a try. Jaylene and I sat down and watched it. She's not even a huge Marvel fan, but she's like, I really like this show. I was like, this is pretty good. The acting is a bit spotty in sections. I think that's what Calder was alluding to, right?
Yeah.
The CGI is okay. Here's the thing. This is my critique of the critiques of this show. You had a bunch of people online that were talking about, well, you can obviously tell when it switches from being shot in IMAX to not being shot in IMAX.
I did hear about that.
And I don't think it's not night and day. It's not like people are. These are like freaking film snobs that are. They're over analyzing this stuff. It's not that bad. Like it's fine. Calm down.
Well, I did hear it is still getting aired. All of the season they did, but will they continue?
I'll tell you this right now: the fight scenes are better than Iron Fist.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh! By and large.
Well, that's just a sting. Ow.
God, that show, man.
I think the budget ran out after Luke Cage. That's honestly what happened.
Okay, there was a new Justice League trailer that got aired. Did you guys see that?
I did not.
Yeah. Here's what Jaylene had to say. God, I don't like Ben Affleck.
Oh.
She's like, do you? I was like, no. No, not at all.
Poor Batfleck.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
What'd you have good to say about it, Calder?
I'm really looking forward to it. Some of the I'm like, is there actual humor like in a DC movie? I was shocked and awed, so I'm sort of excited for that. And it's great to see that Ben Affleck not only plays Daredevil, he played Christopher Reeve Superman once, he plays this, but now he's going to be Night Owl, so that's really cool. You know, so I'm all for it. It's the stupid goggles. Just making a joke.
Wait, go back to the Night Owl thing. Who's playing Night Owl?
Yeah, no, he's
making fun of the goggles.
Oh, you're
the goggles he wears for the bat like mobile or whatever.
I thought they were. I was like, are they really redoing Watchmen? And
they are, but I mean, he's not going to be Night Owl.
I hope he's not, but it'd be really funny if he was. Okay, moving on. This is the one thing that I was super pumped about. I went ahead and made sure that I sent the trailer to Erk so he could watch this. Pacific Rim, the second Pacific Rim trailer dropped, and oh my god, it looks stupid awesome.
It's going to be one of those popcorn flicks you just want to just enjoy the whole time because you know you're going to.
It's amazing. Like, what more could you want? They're gigantic robots fighting gigantic monsters. There were a couple of little scenes in there where there's robots fighting robots for some reason. I have no idea what
Jaeger on, Jaeger action.
I want to go see this. I want to actually, it's very rare that I want to go to the movie theater, but I will be in the theater for this movie. It looks so stupid, but great at the same time.
It's going to be amazing.
Good stuff. All right. That's as far as I've got on news. Do either of you have anything you want to talk about that's recently come out?
No, not really.
No.
Okay, cool. Let's go and play some Bad Samaritan. If this is the first time you've ever tuned into Dial H for Heroclix, Bad Samaritan is a game where I pick 3 modern figures. Kalder has a random number generator, 1 through 20. He's going to give me a number. I have a list of clues. I'm going to give them 1 clue. They have a chance to guess what it is based off of that clue. We're going to do that for 3 rounds in a row, and if at the end of 3 rounds they have not guessed the figure correctly, I win. If they guess it correctly, they win. So, that being said, Kalder, do you have a number for me?
I do have a number, and the number is 13.
13 is going to be opening movement power. Opening movement power for this character is plasticity.
Plasticity.
Dial H encourages the listeners to go ahead and play with us. If you would like, pause the podcast after you hear what the clue is. Get your own guess, press play, see if you're right, see if you won. Yeah, that's not much to go off of.
No.
How many people really start with plasticity, honestly?
Printed plasticity, man. Like, I don't even think Plastic Man has printed plasticity on his click.
Do not think he does either, honestly. Plastic Man. He should, but probably doesn't.
It's a special or a trait, you know it is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I want to name. Oh, okay. Okay, I got one. Ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
King Cobra.
No way! You got it.
Did I really?
Seriously?
Yes. I'm dead
Oh my
serious.
gosh.
You know what? Did we cover this already, or was
We
this
did.
like,
I covered that figure. I can't believe wow.
I knew that there was some connection that I was making with this figure, and I was like, I feel like maybe we've picked this before, and I was gonna try to get somebody thrown off base so I could get like an easy win, and I'm like, okay.
No, that was my Thor
Recent
pick.
toxicity I know is all the Serpent Society. A lot of them have it in some way, and I knew it wasn't the ones from Deadpool because theirs are all special where they heal when they break away, I think, or something like that. So I was like, the new one has it. I think I'll try him.
That is, I believe, the second time in the history of Bad Samaritan that people have guessed on, and both of those people are on this podcast right now, Calder and you.
Internet high five. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the second character. Calder, give me a number.
All right. 1.
That is going to be team ability, and, oh man, Titans?
Teen Titans. Go.
That makes it real easy. It's only one set.
I was really hoping that would be.
It could be 2 sets, I guess, but I'm gonna guess Raven.
That's 2 in a row, man. You're on fire.
Yes.
That is insane. So he's beating you, Calder. I'm just saying. You were
I don't have
impressing
to
me.
do anything this round. Don't be
I
that
want to
way.
preface this, guys. I've been listening to the show for a real long time, and I almost played every game of Bad Samaritan in my head with the show, and I've guessed quite a few of these. So
Well done. I mean,
Not saying I'm an expert, but I'm pretty good.
I'm not giving the listener much to go off of, but I mean, at least should it be entertaining? This is insane. Okay, let's move on to the third and final figure.
All right. Clickety clack. It's
Calder,
number
you're
12.
first to guess, bro.
What was the number?
12.
12. Any special combat symbols? None. Good. Maybe I might be able to get one.
All right, just because of show, Batman.
It is not Batman, but thank you.
He always
Keeping
has
the joke
Batman.
alive. Keeping the joke
All
alive.
right. See, now I've got to, do a 1 in a million, no special combat symbols, and then make, a pro guess.
Do it, Calder.
It's going to be... Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, stretch. All right.
Stretch. What are you stretching?
I don't know, tricep stretch. I don't know, dude. Brain floss. What do you...
All right, what's your guess?
Guy doesn't know how to stretch. I don't know how to help this guy. I'm gonna guess to keep it with the snakes, except different snakes. I'm gonna go with the Cobra Fanatic.
It is not the Cobra Fanatic. That is
Right.
that's the first time I got to say that tonight. All right, give me a number.
6.
Number 6 is named keyword. TMNT ally.
All right.
Is it Casey Jones?
It's not Casey Jones.
Okay.
I was going to say that since he's the only character I even buy from TMNT. So I'll guess TMNT Ally. That really does cut it down though.
Mm-hmm.
Does it? This is me trying to screw with you. You know that all of the turtles have TMNT ally.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, he's not wrong. They actually do. But remember, if you say one of the turtles' names, it doesn't matter what set it's from, I guess. So.
That's correct. That is the rule.
Why did you screw with me like that? Now I'm thinking there's 4 different
That's gonna
turtles.
throw us off,
I had to
though.
step in
Because
for
now
some
I'm thinking-
psychological warfare. I'm trying to get shut down by Professor Erks over here.
There's 4 turtles and we have 3 more guesses, and I shouldn't even be thinking about turtles. I should think about other characters. But now you're just I hate you. Irma. Is it Irma? Irma. Yeah, doesn't she have it?
Oh, she does have it. No, you're right. She does have it. It is not Irma, but she does have it.
Okay. Dang
That was my second guess, Calder.
All right. Generating one more time. 17.
17 is a free play.
Thank you.
We don't want set though, do we?
No, I don't think we really do. There's only 3.
Yeah.
You wanna? We could go traits if they have a trait.
That's
I feel
the thing. I think a special power might be better.
Okay.
A special power.
Is that your guess?
What if they don't have one? Crap, I don't know.
I didn't play any Turtles, man. I don't know how to do this.
I know Turtles pretty well, but shoot. What are the free plays? Anything we want, right? Anything we could ever think of?
It's anything. So it's like opening speed attack damage, or we could just say any special power, which would actually help.
You could also do rarity, generic keyword, improve movement or targeting.
You know what? I think I want rarity.
You really want rarity? Are you sure? Because that is a guaranteed thing. I got you there, but I won't be helpful at all.
I reviewed all 3 turtle sets, so I'm pretty sure I can pick maybe really close if I get the rarity.
Okay, we're going with rarity, locking it in because I believe in Erks here.
Okay, all right. The rarity is an uncommon.
All right. So there's a couple good ones. Okay, let me help you out here, Calder. Never Wave 1, the big guy, alligator guy. That's one of them.
Gotcha.
What's his name though? Leatherback?
Is it like Leatherhead?
Leatherhead.
Is that it?
No?
Leatherhead. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It's him.
Is it Spike? Something generic like Spike or something?
No, it's not Spike. There is. Let's see. TMNT ally. Splinter has an uncommon one. April O'Neil has an uncommon.
I feel like he wouldn't choose Splinter or April. You know, like a big person. Or maybe he would. I don't.
It could be obscure.
I'll tell you this: there are a lot of TMNT ally characters.
There are.
Yeah, like.
There are. What's the little robot thing that Donatello makes?
Oh, it's a Fugitoid, right?
No,
that's not. You mean the other one?
The other little robot that's.
I know what you're talking about. The one he controls or whatever, like the Robo Turtle. Yeah, I have no idea what that thing's called.
What is that called? I'm gonna be so pissed if it's that. I can't remember the name of it now.
I can't remember the name.
What else is there in uncommons? I don't think any of the Mutanimals have it. Shoot.
That would be an incorrect thing to say.
There is stuff.
Some of the Mutanimals also have the TMNT ally.
He's giving us hints here.
And I'm over here like I don't know what a Mutanimal is. So awesome.
Man, you need to. Do you have Hulu?
No.
Oh, okay, get rid of Netflix and get Hulu, and then watch all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're fantastic.
Got more shows to watch now. Look at this. This guy's killing me. All right, Hulu. If I can win Bad Samaritan, I'll get Hulu, but no, probably not gonna happen. Let's see.
Shellhead?
I think Shellhead's right because I'm just gonna agree with you.
Is that what the robot's called? Shellhead? No,
I'm 90% sure. Did he make it in an old show too? Because I watched like the 2003 show. I think I used to have that action figure, the one that could use all their weapons.
Maybe.
We're going. Shellhead sounds right? Like, that's like a pun.
Man, there are definitely some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans out there that are like, I'm not going to listen to this podcast anymore.
They're screaming at me.
If they don't know anything about the Turtles, I mean.
I've seen the movies, like the 80s ones and stuff. Not that, like, I've seen the new ones and the 80s ones. So that should be good enough for some people.
I watched the 90s cartoons, but that's when I was a kid. I haven't watched them, like, rewatched them since recently. Probably should, though. I'm gonna pick Leatherback.
I'll accept Leatherback. His real name's Leatherhead, but
I said Leatherhead though.
Okay, Leatherhead.
Okay.
Right.
Give me
I will
one.
accept that as like I knew who you were trying to guess, but no,
Okay.
Leatherhead is not
Leatherhead's
this
not
character.
one. All right.
All
Up to you, Calder.
It's down to you.
Don't put that pressure on me.
You have one guess left, Calder.
We could just give Kris one, but
I need it.
But he's always gotten that one, and I don't want him to have it so bad.
No, don't do this to me.
Like, I really think it's that little robot of Donatello's, but I can't remember the exact name of it.
Calder, if you want to guess that, like, I know who he's talking about. I know we all know, like, even what the little sculpt looks like. If you want to guess that character, I will accept it without it being the name, but you gotta let me know if that's your guess.
Well, watch it not be that guy, or maybe it is. I hate you, Chris. All right, we are going, and I am 100% for sure on this, because confidence is key, with Shellhead.
It is not Metalhead.
Metalhead!
All right, Metalhead. Screw you, Chris, though.
Okay, we have number 012 from the TMNT3 set.
Oh.
Splinter.
I knew
Splinter!
Just so you know, Metalhead actually does have Indom, so that would have ousted that.
Of course he
right.
does. Of course he does.
Of course.
Oh, man, I'm glad that you failed that one, Calder. Thank you for that.
I hate you.
Your
Hate you,
tears
Chris.
taste so sweet and salty.
They should be salty, because I'm salty right now.
I even said Splinter first. Isn't that funny how I said that?
That's...
And Chris didn't even choke. I was waiting to hear something out of him, but nope.
The poker face on this guy.
I'm learning.
Pretty good.
Okay, all right. Well, that was a really fun game of casual comparison. That's not what I meant. That's what we're gonna do now. That was a fun game of Bad Samaritan. So on to casual comparisons. We always let our guest pick casual comparison, and this week Professor Erks has chosen Spider-Man. Casual Comparisons is a segment where we take 3 same-universe iterations of a character, pick out 3 different versions, Heroclix-wise, of that character, compare them, and see what we think is the definitive version of that character, thus creating the official Dial H blank. So, Professor Erks, would you like to tell us the Spider-Man you chose, and then run through the dial? Sell this thing to me.
All right, so we chose Spider-Man. We decided 616 Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with. All right, so I have always been a diehard fan for the symbiote Spider-Man where he has the black suit. I just thought it was always way cool, a little more dark side, it's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So this guy, he's 120 points, a little high end these days, but the stuff you get is really amazing. So, Spider-Man LITA, that's staple standard. 5 range, 2 bolts, usually a little bit higher than usual Spider-Man's only 4, so that's good. Standard symbols does have Indom, so willpower is great off the top. First dial, charge, 11 attack, 19 printed defense with 3 damage shape change. The defense power he has for the first 3 clicks is called Symbiote Enhanced Spider Sense. Spider-Man can use super senses, modify Spider-Man's defense value by +1 against ranged combat attacks. So if you're shooting this guy and he's in hindering terrain, which by the way he ignores elevated, hindering, and character bases for movement, so he's just wherever he wants to be, you're shooting it at 21 from range of this guy.
And shape change.
And shape change.
So that's okay. That's really good.
And super senses. Even with new precision strike these days, he still gets a hit of 6. So, not too bad. On his last 3 clicks, he's rocking charge and flurry. This is where he's like really aggressive and angry at you with some super strength 10 attack. But he does have some close combat expert to help fill the gaps and get those higher numbers where you need them, which also does knockback now, so he can push you away from him. And hopefully heal. So, he's got 2 traits. The first one's kind of a downside, but it's very, very comic accurate to the character, called Sonic Sensitivity. Spider-Man can use toughness when he is hit by an attack using Energy Explosion or Penetrating Psychic Blast. After action resolve, place an action token on him if he has less than 2 action tokens. So, it's not too bad, it's just kind of pushing him, but he's got the willpower to say, no pushing damage. Hooray for me. Unless they, of course, they outwit his willpower, which they could do. But, honestly, I'd get rid of these shape change for super senses. So, he also has webbing as a trait. When Spider-Man hits with a ranged combat attack and actions resolve, roll a d6. On a result of 4 to 6, the hit characters can't move, be placed, or make ranged combat attacks until your next turn. This is as strong, if not stronger, than the current web markers, the ones in the superior foes of Spider-Man had. So they kind of like made him backwards compatible without the web marker. So, overall, this is my favorite one. Plus, he has 1 click of regeneration on the end of his dial, which I think all Spider-Man should have, because he does have like most superheroes, some version of healing on them. So.
Okay, so as far as a Spider-Man goes, 616 Peter Parker Spider-Man, there's like a couple of you have to haves because they make the character. So they should always ignore elevated terrain, right? Because he's Spider, you get that. I do agree with you wholeheartedly that he should have regen. Spider-Man does have a healing factor. It's just most people don't think about it because I know I used to not think about it very much because when I think of healing factor, I think of Deadpool or Wolverine, that level of healing factor. But it's not that strong, but it's up there.
Right.
And then you got your spider sense, right? That's what makes him. And then some ability to like web people down.
Right.
Those are all like staple characteristics of what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. All right? We can all agree with that?
Yep.
Okay. So those are like the things, the comic accuracy of what we're aiming for when we pick characters in casual comparisons. So, Calder, do you have anything to say about this character?
Yeah, man. Spider-Man 3, what a great movie. Love the symbiote.
I mean, let's not talk about that one, but the comic one and the old animated series one, those ones are pretty BA.
My favorite Spider-Man is Dancing Spider-Man.
Oh, jeez.
No.
So slick. So cool.
You guys are hurting me internally. Stop it.
Okay. Calder, which Heroclix figure did you choose?
I chose the super rare 049 from Superior Foes of Spider-Man, or Handstand Spidey.
Okay.
It's my pinnacle Spider-Man. Clocking in a little bit less than the last one, so it was only 100 points. Same old Spider-Man team ability. He does have 4 range, so you're right. He has less range than the other guy. A single bolt. No special combat symbols. He does have ignores elevated and ignores hindering terrain on his movements. 2 traits, the trusty spider sense. He can use super senses, can evade attacks made by characters using precision strike. Doesn't really help too much now. And when hit with a ranged attack, increase the result by 1. So that's sort of helpful. So, 4 through 6 on the roll. They don't have precision strike and whatnot. And then he has the whole spider's web thing, which is the web marker. We all know how that works. Just because I don't want to go through it. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And then for his top 3 clicks, he has a special movement power, which is the unmatched mobility. Spider-Man can use hypersonic speed, but only make close attacks. And with that, he has super strength on those 3 clicks, starting with an 11 and then ending at a 10 for those 3. He's got an 18 defense with willpower for his top 2. And then he has 2 clicks perplex. On his defense, he has 2 clicks of willpower, like I said, top dial, and then 2 clicks of combat reflexes, and then ends on 2 clicks of willpower. And for damage, he has 2 clicks perplex, 2 clicks close combat expert, and then 2 clicks outwit. And I kind of like that in a Spider-Man. He sort of gets smart and he figures out his enemy as he's fighting him. And he's sort of like, I got you here. And then continuing with that, he has sidestep, getting rid of his old cool movement power with a new attack power, dropping super strength on his last 3 clicks, which is last ditch effort. Spider-Man can use precision strike and give Spider-Man a free action and make a close combat attack. Absolutely love this. I feel like when Spider-Man starts to take a few hits, he kind of like assesses the situation. Normally he's just really fast and witty and he's just like whipping in, he's got perplex and hypersonic top dial, which is really cool for that. But later he's like, all right, we got to really push and finish off this battle. So I absolutely love it. He's just like, free close combat attack, and then of course he gets sidestep back and then boo, precision strike, thwip, whatever. I really like this Spider-Man. A lot of people say he's kind of their favorite Spider-Man. I don't own him. I've played against him a lot, and he certainly plays like how I think a Spider-Man should play. So I'm interested to see what you guys think about him.
So a couple of things. I like that he is in the classic red and blue, right? So
yeah,
like that. I'm used to seeing Spider-Man like that, as most people I assume are. So I like that about him. What I don't understand, I don't know how I feel about this. Tell me how you guys feel. Spider-Man with hypersonic speed.
It's actually makes sense the way he flies through the city. It's totally fine. And it's a short range hypersonic too. So he's kind of in, punch you, get out kind of a movement. Not like a Flash where it's 14 speed running through the city all the way up into your face cavity. So
because he never really runs up and then just punches somebody and stays there. Spider-Man's a guy, when I think, he never stops moving. That's why I like that he has at least sidestep, late dial. I don't really think he's a running shot, run to a spot, shoot, and then stay. I think he's always a guy who's constantly moving, doing acrobatics or whatever, flipping around. I think hypersonic, although you don't usually imagine a Spider-Man with it, I think it's actually pretty flavorful for him.
Right, and he's wearing no armor, so being close to somebody isn't his ideal place to be.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is why no toughness. If I didn't say so, the black suit one did have toughness on his trait. I might have just glazed over it real fast, but yeah.
Yeah, he does. Toughness on his trait, yeah. Okay, let's go on to the one that I chose to cover. I chose this one because there are so many Spider-Man Heroclix out there. It was kind of hard to decide which one I wanted to throw onto this list. But the one that I chose is the one that I most recently played, which is number 13 from the Civil War set. So not the armored Spider-Man, the regular red and blue suit Spider-Man. Coming in at 80 points, so the cheapest of all of tonight. We have 4 range, the Spider-Man team ability. As far as keywords go, we have anti-registration, Avengers, Celebrity, Spider-Man, Family, which is, to me, like, I don't play Spider-Man Family. I don't pretty much almost exclusively half the time play Avengers. So that's why I used him, because he was on one of my Avengers teams. But he's got a better selection, I think, of keywords. The one that Kalder just covered does have the scientist keyword, and this one does not. So, whatever. We do have improved movement, ignores elevated terrain, ignores hindering terrain. We have one trait. It says annoying arachnid. Spider-Man can use super senses. If he hit with a close combat attack this turn, he can use sidestep this turn and automatically breaks away when doing so. And that is really fantastic based off of how they made the rest of the dial work, and I'll get into that. He has one special power called Amazing, Spectacular, Sensational. It's his special movement power, which says Spider-Man can use Charge Flurry. So he doesn't have any attack or damage power on top click, but he does have energy shield deflection. So you charge in for 5. You have Flurry, so you have 2 chances to hit with your 11 attack. You hit, and then with that annoying arachnid trait, you bounce him back 1 square, and he has 17 defense with ESD. So if they do try to shoot you, you automatically have 19 defense, which I think was really good. He has 6 clicks long. It goes 2 clicks of ESD, 2 clicks of combat reflexes, 2 clicks of willpower. Charge the whole dial. But that special charge flurry are on both the top 2 and the last 2. And then there's 2 clicks of random perplex in the middle of the dial. The one thing I don't like about this character is that he doesn't have super strength top dial, because like he always has super strength to me. I don't know why he doesn't. And then at the same time, he does not have willpower on top dial. He does have it on the last 2 clicks of his dial, but down there you have 9 attack and 2 damage. So I like Spider-Man as a character. I think 80 points is actually a very good point value to pay for a Spider-Man. But if you really like Spider-Man as a character and you want to invest more into him, I can definitely see where you would want to invest into either of the ones that you guys chose to cover. So that's my bit on this character. What do you guys think about him?
So I'll go ahead and chime in real quick. So Spider-Man Family lately, before the Superior Foe set, was pretty awful as a keyword to build with. Now that we have the Superior Foe set, you have like Spider-Gwen, Scarlet Spider, Spider-Girl, all the chases that are spiders as well. The problem with the team is they all have wild card and nothing to pick. And now that the ATA is gone, to where they could, like, for 3 points, pick your opponent's TAs, it really, really devalues them, and that hurts because same bus. I hate building all wild cards and nothing to copy. But there is some options. I think there is a Black Cat back in Golden Age who has defenders, so you can have them all share defense. But then you run a Black Cat in your team. But that's okay. And then this one, for me personally, I am a big ID card aficionado. I love all the ID cards as far as Clix goes. This is one of my go-to picks because the Green Arrow chase on his non-shooty turns can drop him in for a charge flurry 11 attack that if he hits at least 1 attack can sidestep out of that 5 square radius from his 5-step square and poof away so he can't be hit or retaliated against.
That is exactly, by the way, how I used this character. Not against a Green Arrow, but as an ID call-in. He's a great ID call-in.
Yeah, so 80 points is great for ID cards.
Kalder, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I really do like the annoying arachnid trait. It is pretty dang awesome, and I can sort of see why he would have willpower, like down dial. Like maybe Spider-Man just sort of not taking things seriously at first, but then like really starts pushing himself toward the end of the fight. I do think it's actually a really good Spider-Man, especially like you've said a lot of times before. If it's not your favorite character and you're trying to like run an accurate team and you want to include that character, this is a cheap way to put that person on your team and still be a really solid secondary attacker.
Right. Okay, let's get on to the voting aspect of casual comparisons. And then after you tell us which one you chose, tell us why you chose it. So, Professor Erks, which one are you going to pick?
You know, it's a really hard toss-up. I like all three of these equally. I've played all of them immensely because I'm just that into Spider-Man whenever I can put them on a team. But the one I have probably played the most is the Handstand Spider-Man. I've played him the most, but I'm still going to pick my black suit because I think he has the best values and value for his points.
Okay. Calder, what about you?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm actually probably going to go with your pick, Kris, because I normally think Spider-Man, it's more of a lower point dude. Like, even though he's pretty powerful in his own right, I like to think of him as, like, when he does, like, show up for, like, big battles or whatever in comics, he doesn't do a ton, like, except, like, outside his own, like, series, you know? So I definitely like this Civil War Spider-Man, although I do really have to give kudos to the black suit, because as the black suit, he's just wicked, angry, beefy, pissed off at the world, so... But yeah, I am going to go with Kris's pick.
Okay. So this is the very first time that this has ever happened in Casual Comparisons, and I think we're on like the 14th or so installment of this segment. There is no official answer because I'm going to pick the Handstand Spider-Man. Dial H does not have an official Spider-Man. Here's why I chose this Spider-Man. First of all, I do think that Spider-Man... One of those aspects, and I forgot to mention this earlier, I don't know why I didn't, but one of those key characteristics of what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man is he never gives up. He's one of those characters that it is the epitome of willpower. Like, you should never make a Green Lantern figure without willpower.
Uh-huh.
You should never make a Spider-Man without willpower, in my opinion. And so that was the main reason why I went against the Civil War one. Even though I really like this, and because it has the Avengers keyword, it's going to hike it up a little bit for me. So it's my go-to. But the 100-point one, saving that 20 points from the black suit Spider-Man, the one that you chose, and Spider-Man, I like the black suit on Spider-Man, and he's had it multiple times in the comic run over the years, but I've never just identified with that version of his costume. Like, I like it, and I think it's cool, and there are a lot of people out there that love symbiotes. I'm just not one of them. So,
hey, no hurt over here. It's totally good. Symbiote life, you know.
The one you chose, I do believe that, yes, it is a fantastic piece. And if you really like Spider-Man, then definitely use this Spider-Man. It's really good. And that's why, but it's just a little bit too expensive for me for what I think the character is. But with all of the things that the Handstand Spider-Man actually gives you, I think that this pretty much nails exactly what Spider-Man is. I've never gotten my hands on this figure. I've never gotten to play it, but I always wanted to. So I'm going to give my my vote to this Spider-Man. So last thing I'll say about it, I think that there are just too many Spider-Man figures to have an official one for Dial H maybe. They probably could have gone that way with the Superman that we covered, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
There's a Spider-Man in all of us.
Yeah. Wow. Hitting home with that. Okay.
That's, Marvel has said it, that Spider-Man literally is one of the superheroes that almost everyone can identify with in some way or the other. And so we all see him in a different way. And so we all gravitate toward the one we feel is our Spider-Man. So,
yeah, that's true. And also, I just want to throw this out there, just fun fact. I read an article a few years ago about how they were doing a poll across the world in different countries, and they were showing young children, pictures of famous people, famous characters in this case, and then in this particular poll, famous religious figures. And the end of this poll was that there are more children in the world that can identify who Spider-Man is than Jesus Christ.
Holy cow.
So, like, he's everywhere, and he's so many different things to so many different people. So I'm okay. If there were any character that we've covered so far, probably ever will cover in casual comparisons, that we just don't have an answer for you guys out there as Dial H's favorite one, I'm okay with it being Spider-Man.
Yep.
Ditto. Absolutely agree. Or should I say Ditko? No, that was bad. All right, the other one.
That's why you're on the show, Kalder. It's the wit.
To make crappy puns every once in a while.
All right. Okay, moving on. Just to hit real close right after the segments we usually talk about, our monetization. We got YouTube channel, so I always throw up our video, or a video of the podcast up onto YouTube. If you want to go watch that, let it play in the background as you're surfing on HC Realms or whatever. That's cool with us. We're also an Amazon affiliate, so if we post a link to Amazon on either Twitter or Facebook, and you guys click on that and you buy whatever you want to in your cart, it does not have to be what we put the link to. Fill your cart with whatever, click purchase. We're actually going to get a commission back on that because we are an Amazon affiliate, so help support our show. We really appreciate that. It helps the podcast going. Let's get into community. And, man, you guys really, brought home the answers this week on the community question that I posted on Twitter and Kalder posted on Facebook. The question was, what theme for chases would you like to see in a future set? Do either one of you guys have an answer that you just want to throw out there?
Definitely, but I'll let Erks go first.
So I was looking at this question, guys. I don't think I have an answer on your post. I don't know. But I had a really hard time picking one. If I had to see a chase set theme, they've done everything I wanted.
Really?
Yeah,
There's so many things.
I wanted Red Sun really bad. They covered that. I really wanted World's Finest. The KCs did that. I wanted the Spider-Verse stuff, which they did. And they did Turtles. Did they cover the Turtles I wanted?
The one of the Turtles, let's see, they did the white and black
superhero
ones,
versions,
the superhero versions,
white and black.
And that's
Yeah,
it.
there
For
were
Shredders. Yeah, I don't know, man. Come back to me. I'm gonna do some research. You guys go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look some up.
What do you got, Calder?
For me, I sort of have 3 of them I'm thinking about. So 1602 and Earth X, only because I'm a huge Captain America guy, and they're the only figures they've made from 1602 and Earth X. So I can't complain personally, but I know everybody else that likes Earth X or 1602 is probably really super angry that the only versions they have from that universe are Captain America. So they probably want to see their weird X-Men from 1602 and the Spider-Man and Nick Fury from 1602. They want to see Hulk in a diaper and Fat Spider-Man from Earth X, and Lady Thor. That's actually Thor as a woman. So I totally want to see Earth X and 1602 made as chase sets eventually, just so that way everybody else we can run a full team instead of just being we got a bald Captain America and we got Native American Captain America, excuse me. But what I really want to see, because I'm a huge Marvel Zombies guy, they did zombie chases. I want them to see to do the survivors, because there are some really cool ways that some of the characters who are in Marvel Zombies take their powers in order to fight zombies. So if they're non-zombie versions, so maybe they could use those, but War Machine, before he even becomes War Machine, he's still Iron Man at times. So James Rhodes, he upgrades his body. Every time he gets bit, he just chops it off and replaces it with Stark Tech, and he's a really awesome Iron Man toward the end of a Marvel Zombies arc. Same with, obviously they're never going to do Ash, but it'd be so dope if they did Ash from Marvel Zombies. But Magneto with Captain America's shield and we do have him as a zombie. He never was a zombie, so I'd like more of a survivor version of him. Same thing, I really like a Sandman who can just stop people from healing and does crazy penetrating and crazy poison damage, since he was he had the zombie virus mixed in with his sand particles. So really to maybe bring in the Marvel Zombies full swing. So I know it's been years and years since we even had to think about it, but I would love for them to do a set of specifically human survivors, like from that run.
I think that's a
Maybe,
really
maybe
good
not.
idea.
That is a good one.
That's good.
I
You
did think of
will-
one.
You will see that as we go through the answers, you were definitely not alone on the Earth X.
Sweet.
So we'll get into that. But you go ahead, Erx.
All right, so this is mostly from my buddy George at my local venue. He made me think about this. I want an actual apocalypse from X-Men and 4 Horsemen, so 5 chases.
Oh, that would be good. That could
The
be
ones
like
that-
a smaller
That'd be really
X-Men
good.
set or something.
The ones I specifically want to see are Death Gambit. I want to see Sunfire Famine. I want to see a Polaris Pestilence. And, I mean, another War Hulk, because Hulk.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna keep with the trend and go with like the
Aw.
Sentry.
Was Sentry a death one?
I don't remember which Horseman he was, and I can't even remember which run that was in. It was like the, let's see, the Uncanny Avengers run, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was one of them.
Just the ones I found on Google, because looking up Horsemen, they have the ones for War on this article is Hulk, Deathbird, Gazer, and Decimus Furious, who I don't know who those last two
No
are.
idea.
Mm-mm. Okay, if I had to choose, I am a huge Galactus fan, so I would love, and I don't think that they're going to do this anytime soon, because if you actually looked at the retired keywords in the past rules section, Herald is gone. So
Yeah.
they're not going to make more Heralds, and
Aw.
not give them the Herald keyword. But I would love to see some more old school Heralds. I'd love to see a new Terrax. I like Terrax. I would also like to see, Firelord made again. Man, I really like Firelord.
Just
I
remake Firelord, make him more OP than the last one. Will be
make
good.
him more OP than the very first veteran Firelord that made me fall in love with Firelord. Of course, I have to make a Silver Surfer because Silver Surfer. I would also like to see it. A lot of people don't know this, but the Destroyer armor was actually at one point a Herald of Galactus. He was traded to Galactus for another one of his heralds because he was like in servitude and the Destroyer armor isn't sentient, so he's like Thor was like, I'll trade you the armor, and Galactus accepted.
Wow.
So
What?
there is actually only one Destroyer armor, but it does have the Herald keyword, the one with the Herald keyword, and it's actually, believe it or not, from the Avengers set. Let me make sure that that's true. But I'm pretty sure. Destroyer, yep, Herald, he's got the keyword. According to this, he's still $10, but he's like the only one that you can get with the Herald keyword that I used for my Heralds. So that's what I would choose. Let's get back to the Twitter answers, though, because we got a lot of good ones. Right off the bat, Nick Pitt said Earth, Universe, Paradise X. So, and there are lots of characters to use from that storyline.
Okay, nice. On Facebook, good old Mr. Clix said Marvel Animals. So
Okay.
neat.
Seth Aaron said he actually, and multiple people did this, they broke it down into like DC, Marvel, Indie. So Batman animated series, that's awesome. The Marvel side would be Venomverse. He's like, I know we just had some symbiote chases, but I need more. And then from the indie side, Mortal Kombat, which I'd absolutely 100% hands down think that they should make a Mortal Kombat set. I
They
love
just need
Mortal
to make an
Kombat.
Injustice set with Mortal Kombat chases.
That would be cool. Man, I love Raiden. Raiden is awesome. Okay.
That would be pretty sweet.
Patrick Harity said, not really what you asked, but I would love a Transformers set, equipped characters, sideline swaps, like a transform mechanic. Obviously, like a nostalgia answer.
Yeah. On the Facebook, Eric, you did answer on the Facebook. You said amalgams, and I totally agree with you. Amalgams that probably never happened, but I do like that answer.
That's right. I did remember that. Okay. Good. I did answer you guys.
James Martin said, the rest of the squadron, yes, please, or Venomverse. Let me not lie, they should probably do the Illuminati just because. That would be interesting if they did Illuminati.
As chases, give them all their like Infinity Stone or something.
Yeah. Do you have more on Facebook or not?
I don't have like a ton, so I don't know if you could double up on the Twitter answers. It kind of depends
Okay.
how many you have, because I have 3 more.
3 more. Actually, that's about right. So.
Okay, cool. Brandon Roberts, he kind of broke it up like you were saying. He said DC Injustice sounds cool with me. Marvel Earth X, heck yeah, my man. And then for indie, he would love to see a video game, so he'd like Mega Man or Marvel vs. Capcom. I 100% agree. I love Mega Man, specifically Mega Man X. We need Mega Man set, and also Marvel vs. Capcom would be dope.
I second that one.
Collectible said Marvel team up duos, which that would be really interesting if they made a chase set of just duo Clix.
That would be pretty cool, because they've never made like a Captain America and Falcon, and like you normally think of them as a pretty solid duo, so that'd be cool.
How have they never made a Captain America Falcon duo Clix?
Honestly, that is what I thought. Like when Winter Soldier came out, I'm like, the duo is gonna be Captain America and Falcon, and then it was Captain Black Widow. I'm like, well, I'll be darned. How about that?
He also said various versions of Doctor Doom, which, man, last
time
I got one of those, whatever.
Doom. Jeremy Clark on the Facebook. I like to see Birds of Prey chases, like Black Canary, Huntress, Oracle, Katana would be really awesome, and most of them haven't had a true great figure yet.
Nick Accord said for indie, he wants Valiant figures made, which, yeah, right? Okay, so first of all, a lot of people don't even know that Valiant Comics exists. Second of all, I asked him who his favorite Valiant characters were. He said Dr. Mirage, Exo, Man-O-War, and Bloodshot are his top 3. And I'm not going to lie, I had to look up all 3 of these characters, but they seem very interesting. I'm not going to lie. So people should go out and check these out. For DC, he said Martian Manhunter chases. Could do various red, white Martians. John Jones as a dragon. Anyone? That'd be kind of cool.
Did he do that? Did he become a dragon in comics? Did I miss something here? That sounds awesome.
I don't know. There's somebody out there that knows. If you know, tweet in. Like, yeah, it was this episode or this issue. Like, cool.
All right. David Herberger on Facebook said DC Batman Black and White series. There are a lot of designs from a lot of artists. And he had a picture because I had no idea what he was talking about, but they look actually really cool. I like some of the designs of these these comic covers. Marvel, Alex Ross's designs from Marvel's. This is the book Alex Ross did before DC's Kingdom Come. Looking at a couple of these Marvel books, it's awesome. Let's be honest, anything by Alex Ross is pretty much the greatest thing ever. So absolutely. Yeah. And then for his indie answer, he said TMNT wants to see the movie Turtles. Sure. Movie Turtles.
I think we all had like hopes yet fears of seeing them in the Clix form, but I'd dig it.
Look, and I mean this in like a jovial way, but they would look just as stupid as the animated ones look.
Okay, sure, fair enough.
Like I would like it because it's it's the nostalgia of it, but they would look dumb. Cody Williams said, "I like the chases when there is less of a theme, but I would also rather not want chases like at all." He says, "That's how they make their money. So they're never getting rid of chases."
Yeah.
Samuel Jeffrey said, "Marvel Avengers 1 million BC, which is a new stuff that's coming."
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Good.
For DC Multiversity. For TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Rats and their Turtle Sensei showed up randomly in the 2003 show. That'd be fun. Are you out, Calder?
Yeah, I am out.
Okay. Shay Bannon said, "Godlike OP strengths." That was not what I was aiming for with this question. If they make chases too powerful, then you'll just see people run nothing but money teams, and it shouldn't get into that. Like, that's kind of what Magic the Gathering became for a really long time. It's like, how much money can I spend on a deck? Oh, I spent $400. Okay, that's the baseline of what you need to start off to start winning. Like, I don't want that at all. Critical Missives said multiversity for sure. For Marvel, time runs out. Major characters Doom as Rabum Al-Al, Molecule Man, Strange leading the Black Priest. So yeah, the inner circle. If anybody's read the Secret War time run out stuff, that would be pretty cool. Or they could do finally amalgam chases, 8 in a DC set, then 8 more in a Marvel set, which would never happen, but I'd love it. So that's probably true. We're never going to see that. But that would be really cool if it was like back-to-back Marvel DC sets.
Be really awesome.
Like that. That'd be really awesome. Coach Stepp, and this is my last answer that I got, said, for DC, All-Star Squadron with gold bases. Give me my Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Please just bring back colored bases. Like,
Oh, yes.
chases, I just hands down across the board, everyone agrees. If you want chases, pretty much everyone wants them to be colored bases. It's just cooler that way. Marvel, and I can't agree with this more, a Squadron Supreme set. Yes, please. And Indy, Valiant. So we got 2 Valiant fans at least. Did we get anything in the mailbag from, or I guess on Facebook?
On Facebook, we did not.
Okay. We got another one from Davey Bosarge, which he corrected me in the email, and that is how you now say it. It's Donatello Staff plus short for Sergeant Bosarge. So a couple questions for the next episode. What is a theme you'd like to see for an upcoming DC set and an upcoming Marvel set? Calder, do you have an idea for that?
A theme for an upcoming Marvel or DC set.
For Marvel, I'd like to see.
I do.
Secret
I do.
Wars.
Okay.
Go ahead, Eric. Go.
Dang it, Chris, you took my Marvel one.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, you're stealing all my Bad Samaritan points, so I don't feel bad.
I DC Young Justice, please, all day.
That would be cool. Calder, do you got anything?
Got good answers here, and I can't think of one for the life of me. Chris, do you want to do a few more?
I'll
I can
keep
see if I
going
can figure it out.
I'll keep going in the email. You think of one. I'd love to see DC do something tied to injustice if rights weren't an issue. And I feel like we're due for another cosmic space theme Marvel set with 3 years since Guardians of the Galaxy. Has it really been 3 years since Guardians of the Galaxy?
It has. Wow.
Oh my gosh, man. Time is spaceship flown. That was me making my own terrible
That was
joke.
horrible, but okay. Yeah, let's go for it.
Thinking smaller, what's a theme you'd like to see for a monthly OP kit where a 3-figure set is just the right size to take on a whole team? Chime in if you got one, guys, because I don't know if I have anything for that one.
Sorry, spaced out. What was the question again?
If you could design, or if you make a theme for a monthly OP kit.
Oh, shoot, I hate dead air. I'm sorry.
That's all right. For my monthly OP kit, I would say Captain America Corps. It's one of my favorite, like Captain America, like stories they've done, and there are a lot of characters from that they don't have. There's the Morales Captain America guy from the future, and then there's American Dream, who's actually popped up in a few different comics. They haven't made her, and then of course you can just put another Steve in if you want to, but they haven't made those, and I've never had got to run that full team. So I would absolutely love a Captain America Corps OP kit, just a couple of characters to help finish off that team.
I don't have one. Nothing that I haven't already said that I just want a full set out of. I'm
All
not
right,
a
I got
huge
one.
OP kit guy though. So what do you have?
I have a quick and easy one. I'm not sure if they do it because it'd be way too awesome, but I want a continuation for Spider-Verse because they missed some people I liked.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
I would do Spider-Man 2099 because they already have a good sculpt for him they could reuse if they really wanted to use it, because the one from the Amazing Spider-Man's a good one. They could do Captain Britain Spider-Man, which is a good one.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they could do either End of the Earth or End of the World, whatever one that one is, the one that fights off all the symbiote ones, or
what was the name? The one that's Indian.
I couldn't tell you the Indian one, to be honest.
I liked his costume, and then I also liked the. They couldn't do this in an OP kit, but I think it would be really hella cool if they made the one from the Japanese TV show where he has the spider mech, and then make a colossal spider mech that with it.
Oh, it'd just be a Pog, dude. That'd be easy.
That would be so great. That would be so cool.
Single base colossal Pog, like the Dr. Demonicus does.
Yeah.
There you
Okay,
go.
I did think of one for my set. I'd want a Contest of Champions set. The old school Contest of Champions, and then the chases could be the new school, the game, the app game that they have. They have a few original characters on that, so those could be the chases, and then you could have the huge lineup for Contest of Champions from the old storyline.
That'd be cool. Okay, to wrap up this email, he said, "Keep up the great work. Looking forward to more. Also, props to Kalder for being a Bad Samaritan machine."
Oh, you chose a really bad episode to say
Yeah,
that.
no kidding. This episode was definitely Professor Erk's. Like, holy crap. That's all I got in the mailbag. I did get a really, really nice tweet that I wanted to cover real quick from Cody Williams, who has been tweeting in to answer our community questions and stuff like that. He said, at Dial H for Heroclix, congrats on the cool stuff sponsorship. You guys have the podcast at the best it's ever been. Thank you. That means so much to us. I know a lot of people would disagree with that. But we really appreciate your opinion on that, so thank you. We're going to keep doing as much as we can to keep this podcast, something that people want to listen to. We're getting more listeners. We're getting more followers on Twitter, which is fantastic. Spread the word. If you guys have...
Must be doing something right.
Yeah, we're doing something right. If you guys have a venue that you go to and you listen to us, but you know that your friends don't, maybe just like, hey, you should start listening to the Dial H podcast. They don't suck.
I just want to, before you go anymore, Chris, I want to echo Cody. So I've listened to Dial H almost since, I actually back-listened a lot from the old stuff, which they told us not to do, but I was like, these guys are silly and fun enough I'd do it. I just loved Hunter's voice. It was, perfect for radio. I'm like, this guy's got it. But after a while... Yeah, after a while, you could tell he kind of started, family and didn't play Clix enough. Just kind of, whatever. Same thing happened to Drew. Whatever. It's like, oh, this is sad. But once you guys...
No sympathy whatsoever for Austin. I love it.
Well...
Nope.
I always felt for Austin, but I don't want to put a nail in the coffin. So, love you, Austin, if you listen still.
I'm sure they don't. I know Drew hasn't been.
But, you guys have done an awesome job. Ever since you guys started doing the show, I've been more intrigued listening to the content. It's been more fun. Every single week I go to work, I plug you guys in during a shift, and I can just work and listen all at the same time. And I laugh out loud in my empty store when people are like, why are you laughing? I'm like, oh, nothing, it's fine. It's great stuff. So
thank you. That's so much. It has been really... we felt like we were walking on eggshells for a while, right when this started off. And now, Kalder and I have had the podcast all to ourselves for over a month now, 5 or 6 episodes and stuff like that. And I can tell that the fan base is changing a little bit. We're losing listeners on some ways, but then we're gaining different, all new listeners and stuff like that, which is fantastic. And we love it. We really appreciate the positivity that we've gotten from everyone. I haven't gotten one email that's been like, you guys suck, which I'm sure it's coming now, but...
No, you guys do this at a good time. I will tell you, I've been doing YouTube for 2 years, and I've never gotten a comment that was, directly negative. There's been some feedback to say you could do this and this, but never, you straight up suck, stop doing this thing now.
Oh, yeah, and as, you're a fellow content generator. We love getting constructive criticism. If there's something that we can do to make the podcast better, then yes. When we first started out, one guy was like, hey, don't use the word so much. Okay, I definitely tried to do that. So I hope that if that listener is still listening, maybe he sees some improvement. So, we're going to keep rolling with it. Caller, do you have anything to say?
Oh, wow, look at me. Just instantaneously, that's all I wanted to say, just to piss that one guy off. There we go.
I noticed
done.
The more you think about it, the more you do it. You'll unintentionally do it, but whatever.
Look at... See, now I can use instead. No M. You happy? You happy yet? No? Okay.
I try and say hey a lot.
Hey. Okay, there you go. Somebody forgot... Wow. I'm going to... See? Now I'm going to blame that guy. Totally going to blame that guy. On Facebook, forgot to mention it last week, Paul and Daniel Groth made a cool logo for us, and I really think it's pretty neat. So it's the old bases that had the things from under it. You know what I'm saying? The weird... Yeah. I guess it looks like it's the H for this.
Those were designed so that you could put a finger on each side of it and then turn it. Because
but around the Avengers set, they got so small that I couldn't fit my like fingernails like into them, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The old ones were really like thick and kind of big, and those are easy to turn. But during Avengers and Justice League, like that set, they were really small for some reason. But I do think it was really cool. I just wanted to mention that because I didn't mention them last week. Should mention them this week. That's really about it.
So
And then,
go ahead, and if you guys have recommendations or whatever for Value Corner, Hidden Gems, Casual Comparisons, go ahead and send us stuff into the mailbag. We'll read it online, or over the air, rather. We have Twitter. Follow us at DialH4. That's the number 4. Heroclix at Twitter. That's not how that works. At DialH4 Heroclix. You follow us on Facebook. We're on YouTube now, and our Gmail account is dialh4heroclix at gmail.com if you want to send us in anything. Do you want to plug all of your stuff, Professor?
I would be happy to. Hey guys, I am Eric, aka Professor Erks. I run the YouTube channel called The Alpha Strike Heroclix. Find us at YouTube/thealphastrikeheroclix.com. Facebook at facebook.com/thealphastrikeheroclix.com. We're also on Twitter at _alphastrike. Just that, I believe, on Twitter. And we do videos on almost everything Heroclix. That's basically what we're doing right now. If you want to watch quality gameplay videos of Heroclix, check out my channel. If you guys want to see or listen to or watch awesome set reviews on all of the sets from at least TMNT 1 through now, I've done all of those. And if you guys like team building videos, I'm doing those as well. I haven't done it in a while because it's just me now. I had a partner before. If you see my channel, his name was Mike. He has left due to reasons of his own. It's totally fine. I'm running it myself now, but I have these cool people called the Cerebros who are on my Patreon, and they help me with content. They guest star on my show called The Cerebro Show, which is basically a micro podcast, but it's for the fans of the game itself, where you can have a voice and talk about Clix with us and the community and just have so much fun.
Okay,
so
thanks,
check us
man.
out.
And thank you for coming on to the podcast. We just like meeting everybody that listens to us. And
Dude, it's been like a dream of mine to be on this show. I was just always too scared to ask Hunter because, reasons.
No, he's a good guy.
he's a scary guy.
No, he's good. He's a good guy. When I text him every once in a while, like I have a Dial H question or something like that, he'll text back and he's really nice and polite and professional and stuff like that. He's a good guy. As far as closing thoughts, do you have anything else you want to say? I'm about called you Hunter. Calder?
Yeah, and I just got to get a ponytail, right? Got to grow out my hair and then
Yep.
start going to the gym more. Yeah, I can be 100 2.0. No. Just a reminder that Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening, and we will definitely catch you back next week. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
My stuff.